Clans versus clans. That's what we're going to explore in this Battletech podcast. But first, as a foundation, I have to say, Battletech is a very unique war game because certainly there's a role-playing aspect that you can bring in. There's a set of rules to incorporate. But what I find really intriguing and really interesting from the perspective of a wargamer with physical miniatures is the variety of different ways that you can utilize your miniature collection. There's a lot of diversity, there's a lot of power, there's a lot of tactica in so many few models. Because with Battletech, the history of Battletech has been evolving since its inception and continues to evolve. So literally, the start of the game, the Star League, battle mechs are introduced as combat machines in warfare. You can play in that era. So you can take your Stalker mech and play it Star League technology. Then there's the Succession Wars, the Inner Sphere, where technology is scarce. A lot of the mech factories have been destroyed or they're automated. Nobody really knows how they work. They just keep on pushing out mechs. The technology level of mechs are supreme, but the systems are broken down or they're not as efficient. And for many of us, this kind of Inner Sphere, mech versus mech, Knights of the Realm type environment is where we play. Then you advance the storyline, you've got the clans. These are invaders from outside the Inner Sphere that left at the fall of the Star League, and they bring some really amazing tech back to the game. After the invasion, now you have things kind of stabilized where a lot of tech has been reintroduced to those old mechs. So right away, that Stalker mech, that miniature that you have, you can play it Star League, you can play it Succession Wars, you can play it during the clan invasion, you can play it post-clan invasion where now its tech is updated with the clan tech and it's really fearsome. Then you have Jihad. Then you have Dark Ages. I mean, it's evolving and evolving and evolving. And each time period, each setting has its own flavors. So you're essentially taking the core rules of Total Warfare and applying them to all of these different settings. That's one of the things that keeps me in Battletech. So clans versus clans, something to think about, some adjustments if you are coming from playing Battletech, Inner Sphere, Succession era, houses versus houses, mercs versus mercs. What are you going to face, clan versus clan? The first thing is the game is sped up. The mechs are generally faster on average for each weight class. Of course, in each weight class, there's standouts with superior engines or that are designed to move extremely fast. I mean, you're talking like 20 hexes with a boost on there, stuff that is almost VTOL support or hover type movement on a mech. The heat sinks are doubled, and they are parsed out to accommodate the firepower. So what you're going to see with piloting a clan mech, not that you don't have to watch the heat, but the heat is very relaxed. There's a couple of mechs like the Warhawk where you really have to watch the heat. You can't push it because it will overload your mech. But a lot of the machines have a full complement of weapons that they can fire every single turn. This is crazy. You know, if you're playing a Warhammer or you're playing a Battlemaster, you got to kind of watch that heat. You got to kind of chain those weapons on there. A lot of clan mechs, you see the weapon profiles on there and you realize you can fire pretty much every single turn on there. The range of the weapons are boosted out. The damage is boosted out. An example, ER, Extended Range PPC, Clan Tech, 15 points of damage. Never mind the first time I started playing clans, like the first 3 or 4 games, because I'm kind of on autopilot with Battletech. I see PPC, so I'm like, oh, they do 10 points of damage. And then I look on the sheet and I'm like, wait, no, they do 15. They also have an extended range. They also don't have any minimums because that technology has been overridden. So you have some really, really fearsome weapons on there, some crazy, crazy weapons. And then on top of that, you have a lot of little pieces of tech, targeting computers, active probes, various missile systems on there that represent these mechs as they were, but also developed into the future. So clan versus clan, trial of possession, right? Seeing which clan is correct, seeing who's going to have the glory of invading the Inner Sphere. I find clan games tend to go much, much quicker because the mechs are quicker, the damage is quicker, it's a lot more dynamic, meaning, you move into a position, you can get into a position very, very fast, very, very quick. You can redeploy very, very quick. And while a lot of the mechs, the clan mechs, the heavy and assault class mechs, they have a lot of armor. I mean, they do. They have a lot of armor. But it's still armor. And it falls off pretty fast, especially against the power, the damage, the raw power and raw damage output of the clan mechs. So on that case alone, the game is going to play much, much faster. What's the size of an average game? Well, this is a little misleading because the points, the battle value, is balanced across the entire game. So you're going to see clan mechs that are really, really high in battle value. 12K gets you maybe 4 or 5 mechs and some battle armor on there, so not a big force. Where 12K Inner Sphere is that's a lot of stuff. Even if you go pure mech, that's no tank support, no infantry. You're just pouring all those points into pure mechs. That's a lot of mechs on there. But even at 12K for the clans, the game plays much faster, much quicker, a lot more dynamic. And I really enjoy clans versus clans and clans versus Inner Sphere because it really captures the tech. It really captures the difference. It would almost be like, if we had to have an analogy, World War I tech versus World War II tech. I'm not saying it's impossible with World War I tech, but you have to be on the tactics. You have to catch them by surprise. You have to engage 3 or 4 to 1. If you engage 1 to 1, it's just going to be absolutely crazy in there. It's a great and different way to explore the Battletech universe.